So what we have down here is we have a brand new aluminum ring with the 32 bolts. Gosh, I just love opening that presents. Unwrapping them, so much fun. Raceline goes through a lot to make sure that these wheels get to you in nice, pristine condition. So you can see all this stuff. Oh, look here, an instruction sheet. Not many of us know what that is, right? We don't even go to it till we have a problem. I suggest you read through it because there's some shortcuts in there. It might help you a little bit. But most of us just go right at it. And beadlocks have been around forever. So we have our bolts. We have our monster beadlock. Today we're going to use a 17 by 9.5. And we decided to put a BFG on here today. So, ring, bolts, wheel. Now, a lot of times, today I'm going to use a wheel, but you can use a 5-gallon bucket. And this kind of makes it a little easier sometimes. That way the tire is off so that the bead of the tire doesn't lay on the floor and you're working against the tire to get it down on the wheel. Okay? Now then, back to the coffee cup and the soap and the water. So what we want to do is to lube this side right here up so that we can get it down over the wheel easy. Now that it's all lubed up, we can roll over here to our wheel. And like I say, you can put this when you get ready to mount it, but for slipping it down over the top, we want the wheel to be solid on the floor. See how, that was pretty easy, wasn't it? Okay. So now this is where I would slide my wheel underneath, pick it all up. So you can see that the tire is off the ground now, so that you're not working with the whole weight of that tire on it. You immediately go around, push the bead down into the seat here, and on these wheels there is a seat, and we'll have a picture of that, and you can see that in the drawing. Now we take our aluminum ring, we line the bolts up by physically looking. Everything looks good there. Now we take our bolts. I just lay them down in the middle here. Give me a comfortable seat. What I like to do is I like to start the 12, the 6, the 9, and the 3 o'clock bolts. Those 4 bolts kind of help you get it to all go down straight and get the tire all set in before you start getting around with everything else. Just kind of helps. So stick it in, tighten that down just a little bit, go straight across. There's the 9 o'clock position. And the 3 o'clock position. So like I say, I take my impact and I just move from one side to the other, and this is just a little 3/8. You don't need to be putting no 1/2-inch impact on here. Okay, so now we're kind of down. I kind of physically look to see that the tire is straight on the ring, because almost every tire made has a molding mark that you can judge. And as I can see here, it all looks good right here. Now we're going to start putting in some of the other bolts. All right, now that we've kind of got everything started, you just want to make sure that everything is nice and turns really easy. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of go crossing back and forth, and just, I'm not hammering on these bolts. We're just kind of going back and forth. No really set pattern, just as long as you're going pretty much across. Because we started the first 4 bolts, we really don't have to worry about anything shifting. We're like good to go. So we can go through here and we can kind of get these all tightened down. Okay, so we kind of went around and we kind of snugged these down with this lightweight, not very much torque right here. This would be the part where we would grab our torque wrench out and we would finish up the last step by crisscrossing, just like you would do the head bolts. And we like to see 16 pounds, but you can go to 18. What you don't want, you know, is this gap. You stick your finger in this gap with this tire and wheel. Once we get this all torqued down, this will be solid. We won't need the spacer in there. But if for some reason this tight and you've seen that ring start to bow inward, my suggestion would be to stop at that point and get your spacers. We never go over 20 foot-pounds. 22 foot-pounds is probably max on a 5/16 bolt. So that's kind of all that. And after you do your torquing specs, it's easy to air it up. Just bring it up here and slow your bucket out of the way, and you can see a gap right here. And so what you do, you put your arrow on this side, you immediately just push your foot against this, pushing on this, holding the tire back this way, and arrow go right in and it'll air up. You air it up to your poundage that you want it until it pops out onto the bead. And it's time to put it on the vehicle along with the other three and hit the trail. So that's Raceline 101, mounting beadlock wheels here at Raceline. Anytime, our technical advisors here are very well educated and experienced in answering all the questions that you might have. It's a 1-800-52 wheel, and you can get in contact with somebody that can help you in the racing division here at Raceline Wheels. Home offices here in Garden Grove, California. My name is Greg. It's been a pleasure to show you as much as I know. There's lots of things out there though that we don't know. We're always wanting to learn. Share the information with your friends so that they might have a better experience. So again, from Raceline Wheels here in Garden Grove, this is Greg signing off. See you at the trails. Be safe.